Friday morning is music time here on Coffee Time with Peter Gomez, and everything else gives way to music. Today's featured artist may not be new to you. First, let me say she's a woman. Women don't appear very often on the program. That aside, she's into so many things outside music. Your paths might have crossed somewhere. Her parents gave her the name de Awa Bling, but in the music world, she's known as Awa Bling. And that's where I'm going to stop with the introduction, because very shortly, Awa herself will tell us more about who she is, her music career, and her other activities.
Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Let's welcome Awa Bling, ladies and gentlemen, with her own music, and this is Next Level.
Call me a she-devil, I'm like seawater, I serve them with a lot of pebbles. Yeah, I say next level.
It's called the Next Level, or just Next Level. Awa, welcome to Coffee Time with Peter Gomez.
Thank you. Uncle Peter, it's so nice to be here. Thank you so much.
Tell us who Awa Bling is.
Awa Bling is a hip-hop artist and an activist, and a student and a mother. Yeah.
Born where, raised where?
I was born in Bakau, but I was raised in Carnifin Estate, and that's where I still live, actually.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And how did your interest in music begin?
Good question. So for me, I always say that it's a calling. Back in high school, I was in Gambia High School. So at my grade 11, I started developing love for music. I used to watch a lot of music videos by American rappers and all of that. So I just got inspired, and I felt that maybe I could try write one or two songs. I didn't really take it seriously back then, but that's just how it started.
So when did you start taking it seriously?
In 2012. That's when I actually had my first single out. But there's this rap crew called the Poetic X, and they lived just beside my home. So I used to admire them a lot, rapping and all of that. So there was a time I met one of them called Ayo, telling him my interest for music. And back then, it wasn't even hip-hop. I was just writing. So then he introduced me to hip-hop and, told me that as a female artist, as a female, like I can really use my music in a really positive way. So that's how this whole thing is started. Yeah. And
this first single you released, was it a success? And were you then, moved by that success to, maybe aim for even more success in the industry?
So back then, that first song was called Born to Win. It was an ego trip song, just trying to prove like I'm a good hip hop artist, I'm a queen, this and that, So that was it about. So honestly, I was just recording back then. Yeah, just recording. And through that song, people, began to really know the name, because I was performing at some hip hop platforms like the open mic, the Hood to Hood shows back then, and the Cypher as well, yes.
And how long have you been in the industry? How many years have, you've been singing for now?
I'll say since 2012. Yeah.
Okay. And
it's been a long time, huh?
Well,
12, 13, yeah.
12, 13 years.
Yes,
yeah, some have been in the industry longer. Longer than that.
True.
And, okay, are you, convinced you that as a woman you could, make a name for yourself in the industry? How easy has that been? What were some of the challenges?
Yeah, as a woman, as a young lady, being very young, when you live in a certain type of society, they don't actually expect you to go into certain fields. And I am Wolof, I am Gewel, but I chose hip hop music, and my parents will never understand that. So it was really challenging to an extent that I wasn't really that free, like to go to the studio whenever I want to perform, especially when you're given curfew times and all of that. So it was it was really challenging. But you will have to be very digger bopper at some point. If a certain type of people do not really understand what you're trying to do, and what it means to you, so it's only right for you to keep pushing and don't just give up. But it was something else.
Were your parents against your singing or the kind of music you were going in for?
I would say that they didn't expect me to be a hip hop artist.
Okay.
So for me,
But if you had chosen Ndaga, they wouldn't have a problem with that, would they?
Maybe it just depends. But for me, is having to maybe go out late to perform. They couldn't really support that. It's like tough love. I don't know. They were just so protective, But now, obviously, things has really, really changed. But back then, it was just crazy.
Which is ironical because gay wills tend to be associated automatically, with music somehow, whether it's just praise singing or whatever.
Yes, that's true. But in my home, it's like there's no musician there, nothing like that. All we know how to do is, just go to work, come take care of the family and all of that. But it's not like we go out to sing or, we are not into that.
Okay. All right. And how about your friends initially when you started, doing music? How did they respond? I mean,
my friends supported me, I'll say. I had just a few of them. They really supported me. And like I said, I was guided by a crew called Poetic X. So mainly when they go to shows, they'll have to come all the way to my house, to talk to my dad so that he'll feel safe for me to go out. So through that as well, I met other people in the music industry. So I built friends and all of that. So I did get support from my friends, and it was really motivating, I'll say.
And what were some of the hurdles you had to overcome once inside the industry now? Sounds like a lot.
So I mean, it's a lot actually. Yes, it's a lot.
And was this with what? Producers, promoters, fans?
I'll say with maybe producers or a producer, but I wouldn't want to delve deep into it. Yeah.
Okay. And what about your relationship with your fans? How do you connect with your fans?
I mean, I'll say it's great. I don't really perform a lot, I will say.
Oh.
Yes, but I do release a lot of songs, especially advocacy tracks. So I do see whenever I perform how connected I am with my fans, because they always listen. That's the feeling I always get when I'm on stage, like they're listening to me. And whenever I release a song or, whatever it could be, they always reach out to me about how good my songs are and how important they are, how they admire me and all of that. So I do have a really amazing relationship with my fans, I'll say.
Okay, so you don't perform, that often?
It just depends,
Depends on what?
I mean, I have a lot of things to do. Don't get me wrong. Music is my thing. But I often perform with NGOs, like when they have their events, like their trainings or celebrations. That's where I normally perform at.
Okay.
Yes, but not too often, I'll say. Yeah.
Okay. What don't you like about, performing for your normal fans? You may be doing something with an NGO. They can't be there because it's not out in the open and all of that, so they don't get the chance to see you.
That's true. So I'll say that, I don't know. I wouldn't want to say that I'm not being invited to those kind of shows, but it's like I have a platform or maybe a group of targeted people. So we have obviously artists doing big shows and all of that, but I don't really get invited to perform. So probably it's because of the content of my music, or maybe because I don't really reach out as well to
content of your music, as in you are a rapper.
I'm a hip hop artist, but more of an activist. Because I use my music for social change.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And,
Yes.
and there aren't that many of you in the industry. Do you have other, raptivists, as you like to, describe yourself?
Well, we have other, artists using their music in the same way I am, which is like Killer Ace. We have, Barhama Cham. He's not a rapper, but then again, he used his music to talk about, social issues and advocating for change. Yeah, so I'll say Killer Ace as a raptivist. Yeah.
Okay. But, well, I don't hear about Killer Ace concerts, but I suppose occasionally he organizes, and wouldn't you be invited to that kind of platform?
Always.
Oh,
He has a
always.
platform called the Cypher. Yes, so whenever he organized it, I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you don't perform, because that's what one used to hear, that in the Gambia, albums don't sell. If you release a CD, people don't buy. Only one buys, and everybody copies, and that's it.
True.
You've spent money on producing CDs, and nobody buys your CDs. Now, if and those artists in those days depended on their stage performances. Now, if you don't, organize concerts, how do you make money out of music?
Well, the last concert I have organized actually was in 2018, and that was me launching my mixtape. And since then, I've been more focused on just, writing more songs, releasing singles, having music videos out, and also going back to school and all of that. So, to me, no rush. There's just time for everything. I'm still performing, but then again, I wouldn't want to rush anything. Right now, I am actually working on a project with a whole new team. So I just want to take my time, because I just don't want to record anything and give it to people just like that. I just want everything planned and really organized, because I have learned from the first show I did, which wasn't really planned properly.
Okay.
Yes.
And fans didn't turn out.
Not as I expected.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We're
Yes.
talking to Awa Bling is our guest this morning.
Axel jam si Wave.
Yo, Abla, yo, luta do dede. Luta mo nulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello? Ano lay waxal?
Bisul mu fine.
What?
Bisul mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave Axel Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave. Bisul mu fine. Wave. Your money is yours.
Yeah.
And well, we just came out of she says she's a raptivist, she's a rapper, she's an activist. Just recently we had the gala demonstrations, and I listened to a song that you could easily mistake for having been written precisely for that gala. We will listen to a bit of it, and then I'll let her say a thing or two.
We march for the truth, not chasing fame. Demanding receipts on the loots of Jammeh. New TH 27, but we still came, no change.
Okay, as I said, somebody listening to that will feel, well, that was written purposely for the gala demonstrations. How long ago was that song released?
A month ago.
Just a month ago?
Yeah, but the video was released like a day before the gala protest, the
Okay.
last one, yeah.
Okay. Was that deliberately timed?
Yes, it
Okay.
was.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. You've told us that you are a rapper, but you're also an activist.
Yes.
What brought you into activism?
So what brought me into activism is in 2016, I was privileged to be invited to a 2-day training by an organization called Think Young Women. So the training was focused on female genital mutilation, which I really didn't know about. So we were trained for 3 days with different artists like Bai Babu, A2, Barhama, Mariam, Sesngom, different artists. So to me, having to see the different types of FGM and how it affects women got me realize that I really want to use my music in another direction, in a way where I'll just talk about these things happening to women and young girls, but into my music so that people can easily understand. So with that training, we did an album of 4 to 5 tracks, yes, all on FGM, child marriages, let's say sexual and gender-based violence. And we got the opportunity to, tour around. So since that moment, I'm like, you know what? This is me. This is what I want to do. Yes. So since then, I've been using my music.
Yeah, I know you have a song, for disability, but Gala was not about FGM, so...
No, it wasn't about, but this is how my activism started. This is what actually inspired it.
So now you are seen as an all-round activist, yeah? Not just FGM, whatever you feel is wrong, you know?
Yeah. So when it comes to this song, I just believe in people having the right to, express their feelings. If they're dissatisfied with something, they should be able to just speak out, respectfully in a peaceful way. So, the reason why I did the song is because, just some National Assembly member decided to call the young people who were out to protest names, and for me it was really disrespectful because I was actually there at the protest. So I felt bad, and this is the beauty of my music. This is my tool. This is the way I can communicate. So I just decided to put it in a song and let him know that no, we are not just what you called us, but we are more. Yeah, so that's it.
And do you feel that, the message of your music reaches the people it's meant for? Have you released a song and seen the change you intended it to have actually, come to be?
I released the song, and I am sure that it has, reached the people it's supposed to reach. And I've seen the impact it created as well.
You've seen the impact?
Yes, I have seen the impact it created at the last protest. Because the many, these are young people. Most of them educated, I'll say. They're educated people who came out, who organized themselves properly just to express their feelings and what changes they want to see. So me being an artist, using my music just to pull dollar lenda. So to me, I have seen that impact even when performing the song there and all of that. It was very relatable.
Describe the atmosphere there. The atmosphere there for me. I wasn't there, but and how big was the crowd? Because we had a push and pull as to the number of people. Some were putting it down to only a few hundreds. Others were saying, well, okay, thousands came out.
I'll say hundreds. The crowd was actually very good, I'll say. And the pictures, obviously, they're all over the internet as well. But the crowd was really good. And provided that Gala was granted a permit, actually that really helped, because if people know that, we have been granted a permit to come out and protest peacefully, then they would be more interested to, come out and join the crowd. Yeah, it was massive. And, people were just there just talking about what hurts them, what affects them, but in a peaceful way.
And what stood out of all the complaints? Which one stood out for you?
For me, the one that stood out for me was the AKI case of, losing the 66 plus kids. Yes. I believe people were there to protest for different reasons. But for me, what stood out for me and the reason why I was really there was because of those 66 plus kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apart from your activism, I mean, you are also active in the area of health.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. That's why I said people might have come across you, somewhere away from the music industry.
Yeah. So, so a year ago, I was actually diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And, I was like, what? No, I can't get this because I'm only in my 30s, And I had this idea that only old people can get diabetes. Xam nga su loo amut interest, you won't bother to go research or all of that.
True.
And my grandmother has diabetes. So for me, I was like, no, this can't be.
She's still alive, your grandmother?
She's still alive,
That's
still alive,
Oh, bless her.
So I'm like, no, I can't have this. But then again, I had to go to different hospitals just to confirm, and that was it. That's how I got into this whole.
So there's type 2 diabetes, which means there's type 1 diabetes.
Yes,
so
there's
what's the difference between the two?
Type 1 diabetes, they need insulin.
Okay.
They need insulin. Like every day they do inject themselves with an insulin. So for me, type 2, I do have insulin, but my body doesn't use it properly, like insulin resistance. That's how they call it. So I'll have to, it's a lifestyle change. Like they say, I'll have to exercise, be disciplined with what I eat and all of that. And I do use a glucometer like every day to check my sugar levels and all of that. Yes. So I am actually still trying to learn, trying to understand my body properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And through that, you've become a brand ambassador?
Yes, through that, I did reach out to Dr. Ismail, actually.
Baji.
Yes, Baji. Because when I was newly diagnosed, I was confused. I lost a lot of weight without even trying to lose weight.
Understandably so, yes.
Yes. So, and I was given a long list of things I shouldn't eat. So I'm like, okay, then I'll just die. Things like that. Yeah. So I was actually, I said, depressed for almost 2 weeks. I don't go out. I was just scared. So this is when I reached out to Dr. Baji, telling him that I want to meet him. This is what happened to me, and I am an artist. Yeah, so he invited me to his office. We talked, and yeah, he made me a brand ambassador because I actually told him my intentions of, wanting to actually tell people about diabetes because I am young and I found out that I am. So there are so many people who also think that only, old people can get diabetes. Yeah. So that's how everything started.
So as a brand ambassador, what do you do for Innovarex, which is,
yes,
Dr. Baji's business?
Yes. So right now, I have a series called The Truth About Diabetes. Yes. We shoot that on a weekly basis, but it's out on our social media platforms every Tuesday. We do also go out and just perform what's your number screenings, and that is for people to know what their blood sugar is and their blood pressure. Yes, because so many people walk around without actually knowing.
So how do you do that? I mean, do you choose a location, then you
Yes.
announce it and people come there and meet
Yes.
you, or do you go and meet people in their own settings?
So for me, I did one in my community. So I actually sent people to go to the church to, just announce that on this day, on a Sunday, we are having a What's Your Number screening. And there are a group of people who also went to the mosque. And at some point, I had to, go from door to door just to inform them that we are having this screening. And people actually turned out. Yes. So mostly we also target let's say corporate and other different communities as well. So from here, I'll have to actually go and conduct another screening.
With an InnovaRx team?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So they get to know about their blood sugar levels and
yes.
whatever.
And if they really do have high numbers, then we always advise that they go to the facility and get checked again so that we will actually know how to help them manage. Yeah.
Okay. And many have discovered through these screenings
Yes.
that either they were borderline diabetic or...
Yes, many of them. Because for my case, I'll say even before InnovaRx, like the first time I went to check my sugar level, because I was having symptom signs, I was waking up almost 4 times at night just to go and pee. So it just didn't make sense to me. So I had to go and check.
So that's a sign of one being diabetic, perhaps?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I checked my sugar level, it was at 28.2 millimole, which was very, very high. So imagine how many people are walking around with high numbers without even knowing. So this is why the partnership I have with InnovaRx is really important, because we get to help people actually know what their state is. Yeah.
And of all the food you were asked to, to give up, I mean, which was the most difficult to give up?
I know. I mean, Gambia, we all about rice and bread. Yeah, so I say rice for me. It was really difficult.
So you eat very little of it now, or you've given up on it completely?
Well, I have this bulgur wheat I use, but maybe once a week. I don't really eat it often now.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's more like having something grilled or steamed, boiled eggs. My whole diet has changed. Yes.
Has it become a more expensive diet or a little bit cheaper diet?
No, more expensive actually. More expensive. Yes, but I do budget actually. So I think I'm doing fine. And with my machine, it also helps me understand, like, let's say I'm not supposed to eat rice, or even if I am, there's a way I should eat it, like the portion size and whatever. So I do have my machine to actually tell me if what I've ate has impacted my blood sugar.
Oh, it does all that?
Yeah, like you can see through the numbers, you'll be able to understand if you've eaten something and it impacted your blood sugar in a bad way or in a good way. You can tell. So it's a
it's
learning.
A good companion, huh?
Yeah, it's a process.
How portable is it?
It's really small.
It's small.
Yeah,
very good.
I have it in my bag. I walk around with it all the time, just in case I need it. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Just coming back to music, I see that you also run a non-profit organization called Music for Change. Tell us about that.
Yes. So Music for Change.
Because you don't seem to be that fully immersed in the music business, yet you could have a non-profit.
I am actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I am. So Music for Change was inspired by the trainings I have received by other NGOs. So Music for Change is an NGO where artists can come, get trained on advocacy, on, sexual and gender-based violence, basically on how to use their music as a tool for social transformation. Yes. So what really inspired this is because of the trainings I have had with numerous NGOs, but especially with the one with Think Young Women. I've seen how it changed my life. I have seen that, you know, because before that I was just doing songs. I don't even know what I was talking about. I was just writing songs, releasing them. You know, the content wasn't all that. So that with that training, it actually inspired me, and I just want to give the same opportunity to other upcoming artists. We have a lot of young upcoming artists, talented as well. So I just believe that when they receive a training on advocacy, on how to use their music, on understanding how powerful their voices are, I think we would actually have a very great society where young people can look up to artists and, you know, just trying to do exactly what they do or better. You know, I just want to give artists that chance.
Okay, so Music for Change is not for people who are looking to improve their singing skills, maybe, how to play an instrument or whatever. They would have been accomplished musicians only coming to learn how to use their music, you know, to bring about social change.
Yes, so for now, Music for Change has been existing for, I'd say, less than a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's new. Yes. So right now we're working on our first project called Kick It Out. Yes.
What's Kick It Out?
Kick It Out.
What are you trying to kick out?
So there's this artist called Egalitarian, longtime artist. So he had a song called Kick It Out. Yeah. So the project name and all of that was inspired by that song. So what we want to kick out is, sexual and gender-based violence, corruption. We are trying to advocate for, good governance, and the importance of people and young people having their voters card and, vote peacefully when it's time to. Yeah, so we're just trying to address not a whole lot of situations, but we are trying to address the burning issues into our music. Yes, everybody got the chance to choose their own instrumental. We allowed artists to be free, but then again, the training guided all of us on the messaging as well, because it's really important. We can't just sit in our corners and write whatever we want. We are doing this for people, and certain languages, they're really sensitive. So we're just trying to make sure that the messaging and everything aligns properly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the NGOs have recognized the potential in you, and from time to time they engage you, if not all the time. But what about politicians? Have they tried to reach out to you to work with them? Because, here you are advocating for young people to register and get their, voters' cards.
Oh, no.
You wouldn't work with any politician?
No.
Why? What do you have against politics?
I have nothing against them, but I just don't see myself working with any politicians, because my interest is music and my advocacy, my work, my education. So I have a lot going on, actually. So I just want to stay focused and, work with the things I am interested in, and that's it.
Okay. So who's signed up for this first project by Music Change?
So this project, we are being supported by Alliance Française. So right now we have worked on the first phase, which is to train artists. It was a 3-day training.
Yeah, yes. So which are, who are those artists?
Yes. So the artists, I'm part of the album. You have Rupi Mays, Sparkling Black.
I know Sparkling Black.
Yes, Lena B and also Mariama Cham.
Okay.
Yes. So for us, that we're just working with just a smaller number. Yeah. So we have worked on the first phase, like I said. So we're just hoping to have more partners more funds so we can just continue with the project.
Okay, so they will now go out and what? And advocate for what?
So when the album is done, the idea is to have music videos for it so that it can reach a wider audience. Yes. So we intend to also have radio tours just to talk about the project, the songs in different languages as well, which is really important. And also go on caravan tour to the rural areas as well. Yeah, so this is the intention. We believe that people can learn a lot through music, especially when it's positive. And I have personally seen how music can impact people's lives. I mean, it could be negative. It could be really negative. That is maybe when you're talking about drugs and other stuff, because we have kids growing up and they're young, they just want to try out things. But then again, you can decide to use your music in a very positive way, and that's what I'm trying to achieve with this whole Music for Change thing, hoping that we would be able to train a lot of artists as well. Yeah.
And how have you managed, to avoid the temptation of drugs and all these other vices that are associated with music and musicians?
I'll say, discipline. Yeah.
From at home?
Yeah, from at home, from my surroundings. Yes.
Okay. And just before we began this conversation, you asked whether it was going to be on Facebook Live. So let me ask, what role does social media play in your career?
Right now, social media is huge, I'll say, because this is a platform where we can share what we are doing on a daily basis, especially when it comes to our work. So I have seen how people got to know more about me and what I do, because I do have a page, not just on Facebook, but other social media platforms. And it's easier to communicate. Like, you can have a song or maybe want to post something or share a flyer. You can just put it out there and, people will get to see it. Yeah, so it has really helped out. And it has brought me also new connections, I'll say. Because some people, with the advocacy I am doing, when they see my work online, go through my page, they will actually have an idea of how long have I been doing music and, what projects am I into. So it has brought me actually connections where I had to perform somewhere else as well. Yeah.
But nobody has reached out from outside the Gambia wanting to work with you, perhaps?
Yes.
Oh.
So a lady called Melissa has reached out to me. She actually lives in Canada.
Ah.
So we worked on an album of 20 tracks.
You've worked on an album?
No, I said yes. But it's not just me alone. So it is artists from, different countries. Yes, so we've
So you represented Gambia on this?
I represented Gambia, so I assisted in writing few songs, and also I recorded few songs, maybe 4. Yes. So the album is actually about FGM, so the album is already out. So hopefully, if everything goes well, we'll be able to go down there and just perform.
In Canada?
Yes. And then again, I got the chance to go to Cameroon as well to be part of a cohort. It's called Repair. So it's also about advocacy, peace building stuff. So I was able to go all the way and just attend the training and as well perform for them.
Oh, fantastic.
And it was really interesting because some of my songs, they're just mostly in Wolof or English, but I could see the reaction when I performed and the kind of questions they asked. So I think it was amazing. So thanks to social media, actually. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
How important are duets, in...
How important are?
Duets, like partnering with somebody on a song.
I mean,
like you just did there with
Yuzi.
Yuzi.
Yeah, he's an upcoming artist.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, yeah,
Is he part of your Music for Change
No, he is not.
project? Okay.
No, he's not. So duets are really important because people have their different fan base, you know, and doing a song on your own all the time, it is not really advisable. So duets, they help you expand, they help you grow, they help you tap into other people's fan base as well. So it's really important. It helps you grow.
Okay.
Yes.
And how many duets have you done so far?
I have had a few, but right now, the project that I am currently working on, I intend to just collaborate with, you know, Gambian artists. Yes.
Which one would you definitely want to collaborate with if you had the opportunity tomorrow?
Tomorrow. I haven't really
thought about
featured. No. I would love to work with Miss Jobis for some reason and Awa Gambia, because these are really, really great and talented young women. I would like to collaborate with them. I would love to have a song with Attack as well. Yes, I would love to collaborate with him and Royal Messenger. Yeah.
Okay. Apart from Attack, I am yet to meet these other ones.
I mean, they are great
and hopefully
artists.
they'll all be on the platform.
They are all
eventually.
great artists who I just respect, you know. Yeah, so I would love to definitely work with them, and Spark as well, Sparkling, on a different track.
He's been on this platform talking about something completely different. But we'll also bring him in to talk about music. We have about just 4 minutes. That's how that's how time flies when you're so what's the biggest challenge facing the industry right now?
Right now, I'll say when it comes to the female artists, I think financial issues are like the biggest challenge, and also I believe that we are not like given the equal opportunities. I mean, it's an industry dominated by men, and I do see how so many shows do not really involve female artists. I can see it all the time when flyers are out there. You see a flyer of maybe 10 male artists. You don't see even one single female artist. So it got me questioning, like, where are the female artists? So I think there's a gap in that area. And if we could bridge that gap as female artists as well by doubling our efforts, standing our ground and also owning that stage, I think that would really help. Yes.
How much conversation goes on between, female artists among themselves, female artists?
There is actually a network of female artists in the Gambia. Yes, so
it should be easy then to come together and do a concert of your own.
Yes, there was a concert called the name just escaped me. But we did a concert at Pinchami Hall with a live band with Keba Telo. It's actually called the Women's Unite Festival.
Okay.
It was just female artists. Some did playback, some with the live band, and it was really amazing. And I hope that they can be something like that as again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know we haven't had time to, play all your songs, especially the ones you wanted us to play. I'm just going to end with something, music that's about me, because this is about persons with disability.
So this was inspired by Quickly. There was a time I was on my way to school or somewhere. So I was in a taxi and I saw a person sitting on a wheelchair trying to break the taxi driver, but the driver responded in a very harsh way. Hey, bulin magitending and I waste my time. So I really, really felt bad. I'm like, this can happen to everybody. Like, you can feel like nothing is wrong with you, but you never know, like, just like this, things might go wrong, you know. And I've also had the chance to meet different people living who are differently able as well. And I've seen...
You're just meeting one this morning.
Yeah, but I met a lot of young people as well. So, yeah, I mean, equal opportunities for everybody. No one should be discriminated because of how they look. That's what I believe.
Any message?
About this or in general?
About anything.
Yeah, so my message will go to the artists that, you know, words are really, really powerful. When it goes out there, it might cause problems. So my advice is be really careful of what you say, and also know that your voice is really powerful and people are listening. Young people are looking up to you. So please use your music wisely. Yeah, that's my message.
Awa, thank you very much. Awa Bling,
you.
the guest on the program this week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll be back on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Jar Oil, the company, have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Excellent jams, Wave.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta do dede. Luta mo nulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello?
Busel mu fine.
What?
Busel mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. Ak Wave. Busel mu fine? Wave. Your money is yours.